This is how smart creators will make money in 2025. And no, I didn't just pick this year as a trend. Ladies and gentlemen, witnessing a shift in the business landscape. Let me loop you in on what's going on in case you didn't notice. Here's the thing. Every single person is doing the same exact thing. Same exact business. It may look different from the outside, but they all share this one fundamental structure. This structure is called the value creator, a framework in which one single person is the face of an entire ecosystem that runs on his personal brand. Doesn't matter what products is he selling, it all works the same. Didn't make sense to me either at first, until I investigated every single business YouTuber, all these, business gurus that you see on Instagram and YouTube. And I personally worked with a lot of these people, and I had some of them as clients. I noticed a pattern, something that I was surprised that there's no book that talked specifically about this thing and explained it in detail. And I guess because it's still new, except for very smart creators like Danko who are introducing this concept to the public. However, the market is adapting, and I believe 2025 will be the year that smart people will join this wave, and you should too. Hell, everybody that I know, including myself, already implemented this framework because information is everywhere, content creation is on easy mode, and people are getting millions of views on raw, authentic content like Charlie Morgan, Sam Evans, William Brown, all these guys. And guess what I realized? Everybody could do this in 2025. The truth is out. We're about to witness an unusual rise of value creators in 2025 and moving forward. And if there's any time you were ever planning to take this seriously, it's now. Because in this video, I'll break down everything that I learned about this structure into 3 pillars you need to master in order to become a value creator. This is it. There's no other way around it. To make that leap in your business and reach your goals in the next year, you need to become a value creator. You know it's about to get serious when I pull up the board. Like, listen man, I promise if you watch this video all the way to the end, you'll have everything that you need to conquer 2025 through building your own personal brand. Because I'm dropping some heavy stuff today. If there's anything that I learned from my journey of making money online, is that it all boils down to one thing and one thing only. One aspect you need to master. Like, it doesn't matter if you have the best sales team. It doesn't matter if you have a good system. It doesn't even matter if you have the best product. If you don't have this one thing, attention. Word of the year, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to memorize this, not just till the end of this video, but for your entire life. Write it down, hang it on your wall. Think of it along with everything that you see, hear, read, or watch, because you'll soon understand that every single dollar that has ever been made was because of this magic right here. Like Alex Hormozi said it, having a lot of leads makes it hard to be poor. And what are leads? Attention. It all boils down to attention. And for some reason, I didn't know that. I thought attention was this buzzword that everybody kept repeating. I thought it meant influencers on Instagram or entertainers like Jake Paul or Mr. Beast. But man, I was wrong. Think about it. If you don't have attention, nobody will know you even exist. Nobody will know about your product. It doesn't matter if you have the best product, you don't have people's interest. Now, things were not always this way, because back in the day, in the Industrial Revolution, product was difficult to build, but it was relatively easy to distribute. There were not many products in the market, so when you manage to build something, everybody wants it. There's not a lot of supply, so there's a lot of demand and it's easy to distribute. Now it's the other way around. It is so easy to build a product, but it is incredibly hard to distribute. I don't know why this is here. We have too many products, too many things to choose from, that it is hard to actually stand out against the competition. So what you need to build right now is not the product. You need to build the demand for that product. A predictable assembly line which produces potential clients who are interested in your product. That was, in simple words, what Daniel Priestley said in his book. Now, the value creator framework that I talked about heavily relies on this aspect. You need to master this in 2025. All right, now the natural question is, how do you get attention to your offer? Okay, we knew that attention is the only thing that you should chase in 2025, but how do you get it though? There's 3 main ways of getting attention. You got outreach, you got paid ads, and organic content. Now, outreach is the weakest compared to the other 2 because there's time and even money investment, and there needs to be a lot of nurturing and follow-ups, and also a lot of efforts on sales to make this happen. Paid ads only makes sense when you're past 6 figures a month, so for most of you, this won't make sense at the moment. So the only option that we were left with is organic content or posting content or building a personal brand. And guess what? It is 100% free. I can safely say that the dumbest thing that you can do this year is to not post content. Reports predict that the creator economy will reach $480 billion by 2027. You have to become a value creator. It is the only way. And you must be living under a rock if you didn't yet realize this, based on the fact that every single guru that you follow is grinding on his personal brand, because that's where 90% of their revenue is coming from. Why do I keep saying these words? words value creator? Why don't I just say content creator? Well, because I don't want you to think that I mean you should become an influencer. These are two very different things. You want to make money. More importantly, you want to change lives. If you're the person who makes people laugh, you're in no position to sell anything to a small audience. You don't want to go viral. You want to get in front of the right people. Only if you help people solve their problems from your own unique perspective, you build authority to sell through content with a very small audience. Because everybody from that audience is following you as a teacher. They are considered leads. Even better than that, a warm lead, aka potential clients who know you, like you, and trust you, and ready to take action to make a purchase. We'll talk about how to nurture leads further in this video. Another logical question is how to build a personal brand in 2025. When we say content, we say video, not posts. We see the world today through video. It only makes sense to post more of it. So now we're in front of short and long form content. The quality of people who consume shorts is very different from people who consume long form content. Remember what we said at the beginning, we want to teach, we want to give value, and that is impossible through shorts. Where do people go when they want to learn something? They go to YouTube. That's where you should start, and that's where you should redirect all of your audience from other platforms. Now, if you watched this far, it only makes sense to ask the question, how exactly does someone buy from me? Do you have to promote your products through your videos and put links everywhere? Alright guys, we're about to get into the juicy stuff here. So first thing you want to be doing is you want to be present on YouTube. I don't care if you're on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube Shorts, you need to funnel all of that traction, all of that attention to YouTube, because YouTube is the platform that we're going to nurture those leads and turn them into customers. We can't do that on Instagram or TikTok. I mean, you can, but it is so low compared to YouTube. So here's what you need to understand before you start making content. Great ideas are like 40% of a great video. And then a good title is 10%, a good thumbnail is 50%, a good hook is very important, is 25%, and engaging script is 20%. By script, I mean the value and the amount of value that you give on your video, but at the same time, you gotta package it in the right way. And then a CTA, which is a call to action to buy or purchase your product or lead magnet or whatever. So side note here, capture as many ideas as you can whenever you have them. Your brain will bring new things to life when you least expect it, so always be ready to capture new ideas. Guys, the best ideas come when you least expect them, so you have to have a system in place like ClickUp or Notion, something like that, or even your phone notes to capture ideas whenever you have them. This is going to keep your content machine going. So once you capture a great idea, make sure to make full use of its potential by packaging the video in an appealing way to your ideal viewer. So don't kill a great idea by packaging it in the wrong way. So that's basically what I want to say. The big three always work together: the idea, title, thumbnail. So whenever you get a great idea, always think of the title and the thumbnail as well, because that can basically kill your idea. And that happened to me so many times. All right, now that you're on YouTube, you want to approach this the right way, because you don't want to be an influencer, you don't want to be an entertainer, you want to give people value, you want to educate. So value-based content, viral is overrated, because an educational creator doesn't need to go viral, he only needs to showcase his problem-solving abilities. You gotta remember that, guys. You are an educational creator. What you need to do is show people that you know your stuff. You need to show yourself as an authority. You want your content to target the ideal customers. The last thing you want is a video going viral and you make $0 out of it. Post at least once a week. YouTube is a skill, and content creation as a whole is a skill, and you need to master that skill through consistency. And the last thing, you need to be unique. Nobody really talks about this, guys, because when you copy others, it's really easy for people to see through and realize that you're just copying what everybody else says. You want to give either more value to stand out or just new insights and synthesis. New content creators seem to just get ChatGPT scripts and then just spit that shit in front of the camera, and it doesn't work that way. People can see through all of these things. You must learn to create, stop copying. And yeah, man, I just want to talk about this a little more, because literally nobody talks about this. This is something nobody ever talked about. It's not enough to just teach. Everybody does that. People can feel when you copy everybody else in the value-based industry, the one who wins is the one who gives the most. So Mr. Beast says that YouTube is an ideas market, and this is totally true for entertainers. You have to get crazier ideas every time to get attention, to get eyeballs into your thumbnail. But for an educational creator, it'll soon turn into the value market, and the ones who win are the ones who give the most. So Alex Hormozi said it again: give so much till they feel stupid not to pay you. Don't confuse giving with the quantity of information. Information is a commodity. There need to be a quality, something about you that the viewer notices by either your own experience or synthesis or take on a certain thing. Your content must scream you. You have to understand this concept. Your content must say you, not a copy of someone else. And the great thing is, knowledge is infinite. So there's never too much information. And I get all these coaches on calls sometimes, and they're just afraid of giving too much. And like, well, I can't give away my free course because then I can't sell anything. It doesn't work like that. The one who gives too much is the one with the most potential to convert the client. And there's something that people don't understand is mostly when someone signs up for your community or for your course, it's not because you're giving information that is not in a book or it's not in ChatGPT or it's not on Google or on YouTube. It's just because when someone buys something, he's more likely to commit to it. He's buying the belief, he's buying the feeling that he's going to get that transformation through the way that you package it, through the way that you sell that transformation. There's nothing wrong about that. And by this, I don't mean that you can't take ideas from others. Matter of fact, I believe that there's nothing such as original ideas on YouTube or on the internet. Everything that you ever think of has already been made by someone else. The thing is, you have to make it in your own way. You have to add your own experience and take on things. As I said, yeah, past experience or something you recently learned, or ideally both. You must learn how to synthesize ideas. But how do you get ideas? You get them from consuming the right content. Look, we're all hooked and addicted to social media. It's not an addiction, it's just that it's a part of our lives. I already talked about that in the previous video, and I said that you have to adapt to the new way that things work. Social media is not the enemy. You don't understand. It's the new market. If you don't exist on social media, you don't exist in real life. Your business doesn't exist. So what I mean is you have, instead of just restraining away from social media, you have to consume the right content instead of the bad content. So consumption isn't wrong. It's where thoughts come from when you sit down. You must carefully create a list of content creators that align with your mission and consume their content on a daily basis. Shitty inputs equals shitty outputs, quite simply. And by the way, books are one of the best way to do that. And again, guys, people can feel when you're under delivering. Like right now, I'm giving you all the sauce. You can't say that I'm under delivering, guys. So there's something that we need to talk about, which is niches. So if we suppose that this circle right here is the entire business landscape on YouTube or on social media, what we want to do is target your ideal viewer, the viewer who's the most likely to buy your product. So for example, if I'm targeting people who want to learn more about cold email, I'm going to make content on cold email. I'm not going to make content on business in general or outreach in general, like warm outreach, not even cold DMs. So let's take me, for example. There's personal branding, which is a niche within business. And then you got YouTube personal branding. And within that, you got YouTube for coaches. So the deeper you go, the more niche down you go, the easier it is to target your ideal customer. And you don't want numbers, guys. You don't want to get everybody in here. You have to target the right people. Even when it's 200, 500 views, there is a much bigger chance that one or two of these guys are going to convert. So yeah, don't chase views, make content for your ICP or your ideal customer profile. All right, let's talk about the content funnel. The content funnel is an interesting concept, and it's basically the same as a sales funnel, except that it's built on YouTube. It's built on your content. And the primary purpose of a content funnel is just to nurture our leads as much as possible. So it starts with the top of the funnel content. Basically, it's broad content, maximum views. It's aimed at getting the most amount of views that we can get, and it's optimized for virality, captures as many people as possible. So, for example, if you talk about personal branding, I can talk about personal branding in general, how to build your personal brand. And then we got the middle of the funnel content, which is specific education content, captures the qualified leads, meaning you want to talk about the specific problem that you solve, the specific thing that you help people solve, and it focuses on pure value overview. So for example, if you talk about cold email, you can make videos about how to increase your deliverability. If you're a sales coach, you can make a video about how to handle objections. So you get the idea. And then you got the bottom of the funnel content. This is basically meant to close the deal, and it's meant to make the client click. It's aimed at closing the leads, long videos, 30 minutes plus, more watch time, which is more conversion potential. And then you can do courses, interviews, or testimonials, all the things that make the client convert. Let's talk about a sales funnel. What a sales funnel does is take that viewer from your bottom of the funnel here to making a purchase, to actually purchasing your product. And it all starts with the traffic that you get from YouTube. As I said, if you have traffic on Instagram on Shorts, you have to redirect that through your videos, through making a CTA on your shorts to get people to your videos. So once our leads are nurtured, there are many ways that you can convert them into paid customers. So you can do a lead magnet, which is one of the most famous ways. So it all starts with the CTA, or call to action. And a CTA is like a neurotransmitter, if you ever studied science in high school, that transfers your viewer from your video to taking some sort of action, like clicking on your lead magnet or purchasing your product. Of course, it can be an ebook, it can be like a Notion guide, a free course, a full guide, something like that, is aimed at collecting emails. And once you get their emails, you can follow up with email sequences and then a CTA, or call to action, of course, to buy your product. And then they watch your VSL or video sales letter, which you basically sell them to your product, and you include a CTA, of course, and then they end up buying. You can also do a newsletter, which is one of the best ways to nurture your audience and give more value, and then include CTAs as well in order to convert them to your product. And then you got a new way that everybody's using these days, which is a free school community. What we want to basically do here, of course, include a CTA on your videos to join your free school community, and you want to give as much value as possible. You want to over deliver. And I see so many people like building like shitty school communities. They give the most basic information ever just to funnel that traffic into their product, and it doesn't work like that. You're gonna get the worst quality of people, and people can see through that. You just want to over deliver, give the most value possible, and then like through onboarding calls or CTAs, you can funnel that traffic to your product as well. And you can funnel your traffic from the free community to a paid school community, so you got a second income stream here. And from that paid community, you got a higher quality traffic or higher quality leads. Those are much more likely to convert into your product because they're serious enough to pay for this information. And you want to over deliver on the value as well. Basically, always over deliver, whether it is paid or free. This is the philosophy that's really gonna change your business forever. And then you got paid coaching. Paid coaching, you can transition from a paid school community to paid coaching. And this is basically a cheat code, guys. I talked about this in a separate video. And if coaching was your main business, you apply the same funnels to it. So if this is your main product, you basically replace this product right here, and you funnel and you use all of those systems to funnel people into your paid coaching program. But if paid coaching is not your main business and you do like a service-based business or something like that, a coaching offer on the side serves as a nurturing system and a process to qualify the right people to your high-ticket offer. And teaching your skill, building a community around it, will make you more knowledgeable in your field of practice, therefore able to deliver better results with your main offer. And it's an additional income stream. So all of these are benefits that come with starting a paid coaching offer on the side. And there are many people that I know personally that transition from their main offer, which is like a service-based business or something like that, to a paid coaching model because it just works better. It is much more profitable and it is much more fulfilling to do, teaching people. The easiest way to start basically is to get into the habit of creating daily, not necessarily recording, but just writing your thoughts, forming new ideas, or making new videos, creating compound skills and insights, ultimately laying the foundation for something immensely valuable. So guys, this is what it's all about. The first thing that I would recommend you do when you wake up in the morning is just to create something, write your thoughts, get into the habit of thinking and coming up with new insights. Because while all these guys promote 100K a month, 200K a month, would promote like starting your day by doing some outreach or business processes, creation is the only way that's actually going to make you stand out and make that big leap in your business. So get into the habit of creating, get into the habit of writing, of synthesizing. Now let's talk about what these big guys do, the top dogs of the industry. It's really simple. They go beyond building a following. They build a cult, a community of like-minded people. And the only way that people will gravitate towards someone is when there's a shared belief, a vision for change, something different from the rest. This is how ambitious value creators expand their territory. If we take someone like Andrew Tate, he doesn't only give information, it's linked with a story, struggle, the jail, all of that is a part of the story. There's one common belief and transformation that he promotes: breaking free from standard career paths and seeking financial freedom, being a strong man. And of course, there's the common enemy The Matrix. Tate especially has a unique positioning with his community, because instead of doing what all the people do and blaming other external things like the system and all that, Andrew blames his followers for not taking action, or what we call tough love. Anyway, I drifted away a little bit. So in short, here's your plan for 2025. Pick something that you understand, you can't shut up about it, create videos about it, and sell the digital solution to the problem you solve. If you made it this far, thank you. Please feel free to check out the links in the description and start creating.